So for question 1, in what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? For this specific question, I carried out conductive research on theorists in the media industry. The first theorist that appealed to me most was a lady named Angela McRobbie. Angela's theory says that men and women are often represented through stereotypes and often shown in traditional gender roles. This, for example, women are often shown as the weaker victims, mothers, carers, etc., and men are often shown as aggressive, strong managers, leaders, the more dominant sex. This theory can be applied to our film trailer, as I believe that we challenge this theory. It is my opinion that I wanted to make something different. When you see in typical horror films such as Paranormal Activity, it's the women who are more frightened and scared about what's happening, whereas I used the 2 male actors within the film trailer to challenge these conventions. Well, to challenge this theory, sorry. And in my film trailer it shows men are the weaker, and they're the victims of the storyline, and it changes that from the women. So this is why I challenge them. It creates a new perspective on the on media products, because you look at other maybe films like Chernobyl Diaries and the Blair Witch Project. It's a mixture between men and women, whereas Paranormal Activity 4, for example, focuses on the young blonde girl who is trapped at home by the demon, and she's very weak, and the character as a whole, because of her gender, she it appeals to the audience, and the audience can feel interacted. So this is why I wanted to challenge it and get a new perspective on the men and the way that men are seen throughout horror films, because men can get scared, and this is why I believe this theory should have been challenged regarding the narrative of the unknown film trailer in which I created. So the second theorist that I found out and that I used their theory to create my media product would be the Todorov theory. He says and thinks that there are several main stages to a complete narrative recognizable in any story, this being the equilibrium, the disruption, the resolution, and the equilibrium right at the end. I thought I included all these 4 within my film trailer. However, we started with the equilibrium, which is the opening to the thing. So the characters are identifying where they are, the setting, maybe the story, and then they move on to the disruption, where this is where the character or the characters find a problem and not try to resolve it yet, but they get hit by a problem. And typically in horror films, this is what usually kick-starts the film, and this is where the tension starts to being built. The resolution that we included within ours wasn't very clear, I don't think. We wanted to show the audience that these characters were trapped, and being men, linking back to the Angela theory, we wanted to show that men can be the least powerful sex as well. So we sort of challenged this theory, and then finishing off with the equilibrium at the end again for the Todorov theory. We wanted to change it a little bit, but we did follow this theory as I believed it was the most laid out, and it was very simple to follow. But we wanted to change it and challenge this theory, as you want to make your own similar media product. However, you want it to be unique, and you want the audience to be interested. You don't want them to follow the same You don't want them to view the same codes and conventions of every horror film. They want to watch something different, which increases the audience appeal, which is one of our main targets for this horror film.